All right, welcome in everyone to another deep dive.
Yeah, great to be here.
Now today we are really getting into something I think pretty profound, actually.
Yeah, it's
A story really that a lot of people
Right.
are familiar with, at least on some level,
on the surface.
but that has all these layers.
Yeah, exactly.
So we are talking about the story of
The golden calf.
the golden calf.
Yeah.
And to help us unpack all of this,
Yes.
we have a great piece by Heidi Mahmoud.
Absolutely. Really fantastic, concise summary of
Yes, it's from
the core elements of this story from
May 16th, 2018.
the biblical and Quranic texts. Yeah.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still pretty recent.
Yeah, it does a great job of kind of laying the groundwork
Yeah, it's a really great place to start.
for us to then jump off
Yeah.
and really dig deeper.
And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Exactly.
Because, this isn't just about recounting what happened, right?
Right.
It's about understanding
Yeah.
really what's at the heart,
The why,
the motivation,
the consequences, and I think even more importantly,
Mm-hmm.
what it might say about
Oh, absolutely.
us.
Us as human beings,
Yeah.
our relationship with faith, with the divine. I mean, it's all there, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to set the scene,
All right.
this is the Israelites, right?
Right. Newly liberated
Just
from the clutches of Pharaoh, this incredible,
egg scene,
powerful events.
where we're cold.
Miracles, parting of the sea, all of that.
Exactly.
So they're on this journey, and they're encountering different cultures,
right.
different belief systems.
Yeah, and some of these.
And one of the things they encounter is this idea of idol worship,
Okay, so that's
something that apparently wasn't entirely foreign to them, but they'd perhaps moved away from.
right.
Right.
So they see this, and what happens?
Well, and this is what's so interesting, is that instead of seeing this as something strange or other, there's a group among them that actually starts to yearn for something similar. It's almost like they're
Yeah, they crave something tangible, right?
Yeah.
Something they can see, they can touch.
Right.
Which, when you think about it, coming right after these miraculous events, it's kind of surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd think they'd be like, we just saw the real deal.
You'd think so. But there's something about the human psyche that sometimes seems to gravitate towards the concrete, the visible, even when it's in contrast to something far greater that they've just witnessed.
Yeah, and they even directly
Yeah.
appeal to Moses.
They go straight to Moses, peace be upon him.
Right, PBUH.
And this is captured so vividly in the Quran, in Al-Araf, verse 138.
Okay.
They say, and I'm quoting here, "O Moses, make for us a god, just as they have gods."
Wow. I mean, that's just,
Bold, isn't it?
yeah.
After everything they've seen, to essentially demand a physical representation of the divine, it's a striking moment.
So how does Moses react?
Oh, he doesn't hold back, not at all.
Okay.
He calls their request ignorant.
Yeah, and this is in,
This is right there in Al-Araf, the following verses, 139 and 140.
okay.
He reminds them that those who worship idols, they're on the wrong path.
Right.
He reminds them that Allah has chosen them, favored them.
Yeah.
So it's a powerful rebuke, really highlighting this tension between wanting something familiar, something you can grasp, versus having faith in an unseen God who has already shown them immense power.
So that desire for an idol,
Yeah.
it gets shut down, at least for the moment.
On the surface, yes.
But it feels like, I don't know, maybe a seed was planted.
Oh, I think so.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now the story shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Moses has to leave
He does.
for 40 days.
40 days.
And this is a really key turning point.
It is.
Why did he have to leave?
Right. So this was an ordained absence, if you will.
Okay.
He was to receive the Torah, the divine law, after the events of Pharaoh's downfall.
Okay, so he's going to receive
Right. This crucial guidance.
the Torah.
Yeah. And this is actually referenced in the Quran in Al-Baqarah, verse 51. It says, "And recall, O sons of Israel, when we made an appointment with Moses for 40 nights. Then you took for worship the calf after him while you were wrongdoers."
Okay, so it's almost like foreshadowing.
It is right there in the verse itself.
Right,
This
yeah.
premonition of what's to come.
Yeah.
So Moses entrusts the leadership to his brother, to Harun, PBUH.
Harun.
KBUH.
While he goes up to receive these commandments, this divine guidance.
Okay.
So he leaves, and that's when things, well, they take a turn.
Yeah, I mean, 40 days.
It's not a short period.
It's not nothing.
But clearly enough to, for seeds of doubt to maybe sprout.
Yeah.
And for someone to step in and exploit that.
And that someone is the
Samiri.
Samiri. Okay, who was he?
So he's portrayed in the text as really the instigator of all this,
Okay.
the one who takes advantage of this void left by Moses' absence,
Right.
And he taps into that desire that had been expressed earlier.
Okay, so that desire that Moses had, yeah, the one that Moses had shut down,
Shut down.
he brings it back.
Okay.
He convinces them, the Israelites, to donate their gold jewelry.
And this is...
And think about this. This is likely gold that they acquired during the Exodus, right?
Okay, so it's symbolic.
It is. It's like the symbol of their freedom, of their newfound wealth, and he twists it. He uses it to build the very thing that's going to lead to their downfall.
That is fascinating.
Isn't it?
Okay, so they have this gold?
Yeah, he creates the golden calf.
The golden calf.
And there's this detail in the text that I always find so striking.
Okay.
It made a sound.
What?
Yeah, a lowing sound, like a calf.
No way.
Yeah, Al-Araf, verse 148, it describes it as an image having a lowing sound.
I mean, how would they even...
Well, we can only speculate, right?
Right.
Maybe some sort of mechanism, some trickery.
Right.
But the point is, he wanted to make this inanimate object seem alive.
Oh, so it would seem...
To give it this aura of power.
Powerful, yeah.
Divine, even...
Okay.
But then, and this is so clever, the very next part of that verse, it says, did they not see that it could neither speak to them nor guide them to a way of righteousness?
Okay.
So it's like this immediate reality check.
Right.
You've got this impressive sound, this illusion of life,
Right.
but can it actually speak?
Right. Can it actually...
Can it guide you?
Guide you? No! Yeah.
It's highlighting the emptiness of what they've chosen.
Yeah, it's all...
The superficiality
Superficial.
over true understanding and guidance.
Right.
It's a powerful juxtaposition.
Okay, so we've got this golden calf. It's making noise.
Right.
People are, I imagine, pretty impressed.
Well, yeah, they've fallen for it, right?
Right.
They're worshiping it.
And then Moses returns
40 days later, he descends from the mountain
with the...
with the Torah, with the divine commandments,
Right.
ready to guide his people.
Guide his people.
And what does he find?
What does he find?
Idol worship.
Chaos.
Essentially, you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, it must have been devastating.
Yeah, I mean, the text even says
Yeah.
he's overwhelmed
Anger, grief, betrayal, it's all there.
with anger and grief.
Yeah, imagine that, right?
Yeah,
Coming down, expecting to share this incredible revelation,
right.
and finding your people have completely strayed.
So he confronts them.
It does.
And what do they say?
Well, they try to defend themselves, of course.
Okay.
They claim they were burdened with all these Egyptian ornaments, remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
And that it was the Samiri who really led them astray.
Okay, so they're kind of shifting.
Shifting the blame, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's this telling passage in Taha, verses 87 and 88.
Yeah, okay.
They say, "We did not break our promise to you by our will, but we were made to carry burdens from the ornaments of the people of Pharaoh, so we threw them into the fire, and thus did the Samiri throw. And he extracted for them the statue of a calf, which had a lowing sound. And they said, 'This is your God and the God of Moses.' But Moses forgot.
He forgot.
He forgot.
That's a bold claim.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Talk about audacity.
yeah, like he was just up there, on vacation?
Right.
And just sort of forgot
God about the one true God.
what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to rationalize their own behavior.
Yeah.
Make it seem less, I don't know, less egregious.
Right.
But it really underscores the power of rationalization, doesn't it?
Yeah, and how we can convince ourselves
Of almost anything.
of anything.
When we want to believe it or
Yeah.
whether we need to justify our actions.
But Moses, he doesn't buy it.
No, he doesn't.
So he turns to Harun.
His own brother, who he left in charge.
Right, and he's like,
What happened?
what happened?
Yeah, why didn't you stop this?
Yeah.
And Harun, he pleads his case.
Okay.
This is in Al-Araf, verse 150.
Okay.
He says the people had become too powerful, that they were oppressing him, threatening him,
Oh, wow.
and he begs Moses not to let their enemies rejoice in this, not to associate him with the wrongdoers. So he's in a really tough spot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Trying to uphold.
Yeah, trying to uphold what's right.
Right.
But facing this overwhelming wave of, disobedience and potential violence,
Right.
it really makes you think about the challenges of leadership,
Yeah, especially.
especially when you're trying to guide people who are determined to go astray.
Okay, so we've got the people.
Mm-hmm.
They've messed up
Big time.
big time.
Yeah.
Now Moses goes to the Samiri.
The source, right? The instigator.
Yeah.
He wants to understand
Yeah.
what on earth possessed him to do this.
And what does he say?
Well, his explanation is it's kind of out there.
Okay.
He claims that he saw something the others didn't,
Okay.
and that he took a handful of dust from the track of the angel Jibril's horse.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is in Taha verses 95.